Ladies and gentlemen, as a Deputy Prime Minister, I'd like to strengthen the stances of our team. But first, what do we mean by the real democracy we would like to see in Thailand? As Abraham Lincoln has put it very perfectly, democracy is a government from the people, for the people, and by the people. And that is exactly what we would like to achieve. But what we see in today's society, especially in Thailand, is that this kind of perfect democracy of what we would like to achieve is not going to happen when celebrities come and intervene inside the political level and political campaign. I will elaborate to extensive extents in my arguments, but for now, some rebuttals first. First, when they talk about superstars are normal people and they're not gods, well, we concede that superstars are normal people, but not in terms of fame and not in terms of impact to the society. Why do you think the government has ads in the first place? Why do you think there are commercials? Why do you think there are television shows that promote people to buy their stuff? Because they know that they have the impact on the people. And why do these celebrities and superstars? Because they are trusted, or at least they are role models of many people and they are well known. So therefore, they are the role models who can motivate or at least play some kind of psychological activities inside the people's brain and try to influence them into what they like. Now, when they are talking about why celebrities don't go and be politicians and enjoy the election as well in a minute, we believe that the opposition side is misunderstanding our motion, because in this case, we are trying to prohibit politicians who are actively promoting the campaigns. That is why the politicians hire these celebrities to go and say, this politician must be elected because he is good in this way, and not just go into be the politician itself. That is what we do not. That is not we prohibit. What we prohibit is that the politician to actively promote the campaign of some arbitrary politician. Yes. Nothing. Okay. On the second level of rebuttal, when they talk about violation of human rights, I have three counter rebuttal. The first counter rebuttal is that this is not a principal human right, like the right to live or the right to life and security. But so this kind of human rights should be violated if it can solve the problem in the majority, which in this case is the impact, avoiding the impact of celebrities to the humans in that society to select the wrong or not deserving politician. The second level of this rebuttal is that we believe that this happens all the time. For example, hate speech, as my peer has said earlier, because hate speech can cause discrimination or intimidation to people, and it's definitely a bad impact. So now celebrities who have an impact and fame in society do bad things or say something to influence people. This is concerning to the majority, and therefore this human rights should be violated for the sake of the people. So my argument is I will elaborate on how the government from the people, for the people, and by the people are not achievable when celebrities come in and intervene in the process of political function. In the first level, how government from the people is altered. Because we want people who have clear-minded, and we want the people who knows the campaigns of politicians and are not influenced or make irrationalized by the celebrities. For example, suppose you're in your classroom and the teacher asks you one question. And when the best student in that class raise their hands up in the wrong answer, suppose the answer should be B, but the answer says A. Will the majority goes with the wrong answer, the same as the best student, or will the majority of the class goes with the correct answer? Of course, most of the people who are not knowing that particular answer would go with the best student because they trust who the friend that they think the friend knows the answer. This is especially true in Thailand. Why? Because most of the country is divided into two colors, the red and the yellow. About 30% of Thailand are reds, about 30% are yellows. But there are still 40% who are not aligned to any colors. And when politicians get the support from celebrities, and this particular celebrity support one color, the people who are not aligned to the colors but aligned to the celebrities can go with that particular color. And therefore this is a very vivid and concrete case of how celebrities can influence the minds of the people. The second thing is when we talk about the studies from the United Kingdom in 2004. A group of psychologists from the University of Oxford and Cambridge came out together, about 10 people, a group of them. They set up a small banner, just a very small banner, in front of a shop. And inside that shop, there are two types of chocolate. They are very the same thing. They are actually unpacked, and they are the same thing, but they are packed differently. The advertisement was just the red color, while the chocolate were prepared into two colors of red and the blue. It turns out that the banner was red, and most people chose the red chocolate just because they saw this banner. And this is proven scientifically and experimentally. And this is not celebrities. But when it comes to celebrities, therefore they have more impact to the people's mindset in terms of selecting the politician. Even further rebutting the opposition side about why do they see that even though celebrities smoke outside the houses or they do drugs, why don't people increase their intentions of drugs? Because those things, drugs, prostitution, doing alcohol, are inherently bad. But choosing politicians are not inherently bad. People at least have the moral quality of what is bad and what is not bad. In this case, definitely politicians can use celebrities to influence their impact on the society. Moving on to the second level of my second level analysis of how government for the people is not achievable from using celebrities. One, because the benefit of the majority is what concerns us the most when we talk about politicians joining the government. But even though you are not a politician, you can do for the majority. But when you seek the help from celebrities, of course you have to pay a lot. This one causes major disadvantages to other politicians who are less funded. Second, it doesn't show that you have the intention to do for the majority, because you will do whatever it takes to buy the celebrities, to buy the votes from the people, and get you into the rank inside the council. Second, you might have to do something. You might have to do something to regain that money you paid for the celebrities for you to get the rank inside the council. So we do not see how the politician will do for the majority when they use the celebrities. And thirdly, by the people, this is the most important. Because especially in local governments, like in the province or in the region. Why? Because we believe that for the people inside that region to get the most benefit, it should be done by the people representative from that particular region. This is unachievable with celebrities because the celebrities will insulate the politician from those people in that particular area. One, the politician will not know the problem so distinctively. Second, the people cannot trust who the politician would be in their very real nature. This is true because if politicians would really do for the people the majority and they are really by the people inside that area should know the politician on who they are and how they work and if the politician can be trusted. This can only be done by politician actually doing something inside. For example, if we have a school election for president of the school, that candidate should be the person who do things for the school so that the students know that this person can be trusted and therefore can be selected as the president of the school. This also applies to local government and therefore celebrities should have no role in political campaigns.